are here. Oh my goodness. This is so exciting. A life-changing experience. I'm so excited to take you guys on this journey. Let's get it.
But we are not leaving any adult. We are leaving little children who have not healed themselves. And it takes so much courage to leave when you feel like you're a betrayer. But you have to also understand that you cannot heal that little child. They must do their own work. So there is no betrayal. We like to call it a betrayal, but there is none. Because the self that feels betrayed has betrayed itself by not healing itself for the past 25 years. So then when the betrayer shows up on the outside, we are so enraged and angry. But they cannot betray someone who is unbetrayable. Coming from a deep inner place. When you start healing, when you become conscious, everything will change. Are you ready to start your journey? Come on, as long as you start healing and looking at yourself, everything you can do it. You can do this. So I was just teasing you. If you understood that half the time, let me turn on the lights, half if not most of the time, you are talking to a wall, you wouldn't suffer humans the way you do. But because we have bought into the lie that humans are amazing, you believe that their consciousness quotient is amazing.
This is just all confirmation. Everything was just icing on the cake. It has gave me so much clarity, so much confirmation. We are on the right path. We are on the right path. Because out of all the places this conference could be in, it was in Atlanta, Georgia, where I be at, y'all. I'm in Atlanta. I was like, oh, this is destined. Ain't no way. Everyone was traveling around the world just to come here, and I was already here. I said, ain't no way. Ain't no way. I had to come through, show face, and it has been everything and more. Everything and more. I will give you guys the gist of it a little later, but just know you are on the right path. Trust yourself. All of the answers are within. All of them. Chef kisses.
Like, Mommy, don't leave me in kindergarten. He's doing that now. Realize why I stayed scared. Okay, let me try to say it in the best way. When I realized that I was actually not scared of the person, but I was scared of losing the image of the good girl, of the compliant one, of the one who keeps peace. I was actually so fucked up because it's so lovely to think that you're scared of the other person. Then you're right, they're the assholes. It then made me realize, wow, I'm actually not even scared of them. I'm scared of how I will look. Like I was married to the image of being the peacemaker, of being the Buddha, of being the one who just took it in silence. I was like, that is fucked up. Say that again. Say that again.
Invention. Invention.
Say that again. Okay.
Invention.
Say that again.
Invention. 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 Nature.
Timeline happened in the last 24 minutes at 11:36 on December 31st. This whole 300,000 religion, which then became marriage, which then became monogamy, then came the cheaters, then came the therapists. Cheaters. 230,000 years, and then an ice age came, and then we began moving and migrating, and then an ice age came and people began moving, and then they began living in ice. The ones who were living in ice got trapped in ice, and then their hair grew long and blonde, and so the skin became whiter and whiter and whiter. And when they came out of the ice age, they began spreading and moving, and because they had been living in such survival and extreme conditions, they came out with some rage. They weren't living in the club. And I wanted friends to have a glass of wine with. It was so important. So I was like, well, I'll stay in the matrix. Even with your wisdom, you don't have to like really go to another country. Because it will follow you, that matrix. It's right everywhere. So there's no physical leaving. It's an awakening of the mind where you detach and let go and release of all the lies the matrix told you. So we're going to go through the lies the matrix told us, but this is how we are. Our true self is this beautiful core, but then we have these layers. We are the core of the rainbow. We are the foundation of this rainbow, but then we have
a husband, not 10 times in the middle of the night, but just waking up once. Then going to work, crushing it at work, impacting other women, and spending the rest of my life doing that. And that felt like a life that I really wanted. And so that allowed me to talk to my husband about it, to tell him how I didn't want kids, and then give him the space to let me know whether he did or not. Because then, what happens if he says yes? Listen, how it's selfish. Isn't it selfish if I have the kid and ignore it? That seems selfish. But it was difficult though, because you get name called, because people say, you're selfish, because I felt guilty when I told my mum, she burst into tears. When I told my dad, he didn't believe me. You have all these things that you carry with you. But I just knew, guys, once I made the decision, I had to give everyone else in my life grace to have an impact, right, to have a thought about it. But the one thing I say is, it's not Parliament. Not everyone gets to vote on my life.
Warning, might cry, because it is just, fuck it, at the end of the day, the consciousness level that I have woken up to is out of this world. When I tell you everything I knew just added confirmation to all this shit, bruh, it's a wrap. I am so far gone. Like, I am so far out of the matrix. It really makes no sense, y'all. Like, and I'm emotional. I am really emotional. Because when you know so much information and you still don't know nothing at all at the same time. Like, you know so much, but you still don't know nothing at all. The irony. But a wise one knows that it's really all about the unknown. And now that I don't care about knowing the future, I don't care about knowing how things is going to turn out, I don't care about how it will happen, I don't care about none of that. Because I know the future is amazing. Everything is chef kisses. And I don't have nothing to worry about. Like, I have nothing to worry about. I'm not in any competition with anyone. No comparison. I have nothing to prove here. Nothing to show. Yo, I can just live. I can live without having any subscriptions, any labels, any titles. Like, I can just live. I can just be me, and I don't have to care about what anybody else gotta say. Yo, it's so freeing. Like, I feel so free. Everything I knew just added confirmation. So you really got to trust yourself here. You really got to know all the answers are within you, and don't second guess yourself. How you living, if your conscience is clear, you are living the right path and the way you are supposed to go. I'm living this path of self. And some will say I'm selfish because I do what I want. I invest in me. I focus on me. I love me. But this is what this journey is all about. Like, you have to bet it on you. You have to focus on you. You have to love you. And love looks so different, yo. We be so used to just throwing around love. But love is formless. It has no form. It has no subscription. It has no list. Loving someone is not about you or me. It's about letting them be free. I'm gonna just leave that there.